suitable for girls? Does calisthenics make you bulky? It's about to get controversial. We're here for the long-term gains, friends. So let's chat body physique and optimal body physique for calisthenics.
So I think the optimal body physique for calisthenics is...
Coffees have been acquired. Hello friends, welcome back. So today we're bringing our coffee chat on the road, and I have coffee that's been made and is higher than moderate quality today. It's a win. I'm gonna answer some of the top calisthenics oriented questions that beginners might have. Do you need to have already worked out before trying ever calisthenics? So I personally started working out with calisthenics because my original background was in martial arts training using Taekwondo. Love it, but Taekwondo is super calisthenics based. So I started using calisthenics before I ever used weights in the gym or did other sports. You definitely don't need to have done a different sport before starting calisthenics, because no matter where you start in calisthenics, you just start on the level that's appropriate for yourself. So if you're a beginner, then we just start with more of the fundamental calisthenics exercises that are easier to build up over time. So thinking dips and push-ups, and starting with the important fundamental that are going to build up your strength and make you feel strong and confident, and then that's going to be a stepping stone into working into more advanced calisthenics skills. Do you need to fail on every set? No. So this one's not controversial, but especially as a beginner, failing on every single set is not necessary. So as a beginner, it's a good idea to start building up the muscle, especially if you haven't been working out a while, you've never done specific muscle building exercises. It's a good idea to start building that muscle basis by working in 8 to 12 rep range or upwards of up to 20, shooting for about 3 sets if you can of the progression. So starting with 8 to 12 or even 8 to 20 of a specific exercise, maybe they're push-ups, maybe they're bodyweight squats, maybe they're dips. It's a good idea to build up that muscle first. Going to failure is not as important as maintaining your form is. So it's better to really focus on getting the correct form for each exercise, even if that means going to an easier progression or keeping the number of reps you do each set at a lower number. That's okay. For me personally, if I were to work towards failure and hit failure every single set, I think that would hurt my confidence. That would hurt me on the inside. Constantly failing every single round that I do, that's not for me. All right, so we've got a controversial one here. Should you work out every day? I know some people who like to do calisthenics exercises and body movements every single day, but not necessarily for as long. So maybe they'll do 20 minutes of calisthenics every single day, 7 days a week, every day, with few rest days. I know other people who like to go much more intense on a few days of the week and then take other days completely off, or have more of an active recovery day. The one that's better for you is going to depend both on your lifestyle, your preference in training routine, the equipment you have access to, and what I've found that works really well for me, because I do more of a hybrid training approach. So I use calisthenics to train my upper body and my core and some leg movements, but I do use weights a lot more for my legs because body weight just isn't enough. And you can always make things harder. So I am working on the dragon squat, and I do weighted pistol squats, but weights can be really useful in adding intensity to my leg workouts so I can continue to grow those parts of my bodies, because I do have a hybrid training goal. Since I train so intensely, I like to take full rest days where I don't put any stress on myself to move if I don't want to. So I usually do at least 2 rest days a week, and I've been in a place before where I would overtrain, and I know, especially because I have a little bit more of a obsessive mindset, where when I find something that I love, I just full throttle into it, and it's super hard sometimes to kind of lay off, which is why I have to be strict in really making sure I do take rest days, because I know that I can't overdo it, and in the long term that's not going to be good for me, and it's going to be way more sustainable if I take that time to let my body completely recover, even if I'm really excited about the training and working towards my goal. So I take my rest days, I don't put any pressure on myself to move at all in them. I do like to take walks, so I will often take like a short walk during the day to move my legs a little bit, because during my work, my research, I sit the whole day, so it's like a lot of sitting, and sometimes that doesn't feel very good. So I'll do like some light stretching, or I'll walk if I want, but I don't stress about taking a super active approach where I'm going for a light jog or going swimming or taking a long walk. I don't put any pressure on those rest days, and that's my approach.
I think rest days are needed because your body grows when you're resting. So if you're trying to grow muscle and stuff, you definitely need to implement the rest days. I take 2 rest days a week.
Is calisthenics suitable for girls? I don't know any girls who do calisthenics. Couldn't be. Of course it is. Hello, as your certified calisthenics girly, I'm here to tell you that calisthenics is suitable for girls. And it's an amazing way to train. I do honestly think that the best way to train and develop your core strength and core muscles, so not just the way your core looks and like having the aesthetic abs that are showing, because that's due to a lot of things like the amount of body fat you have as well as the amount of core muscle that you have. It's not just about how your abs look, but also how strong they are, because your functional core and your aesthetic core are made up of different muscles that play different important roles. So calisthenics is amazing because it really helped build my aesthetic core through exercises like hanging knee raises and hanging leg lifts. Those are my favorites. But calisthenics is also amazing because it helped build my functional core. So the core that doesn't necessarily show as much, but is the type of core muscles that I really need when I'm trying to work on engaging my body in a hollow hold shape to hold a handstand, or if I'm carrying groceries, core that I need to stabilize my spine so I can carry heavy things around or wear my heavy backpack and travel across Miami. And these stabilization muscles are super important for other more heavy exercises, like if I were to deadlift or to squat. My core muscles that are more functional are gonna stabilize me there. So I really think that calisthenics exercises are amazing for building your core strength and aesthetic, but also my favorite upper body exercises that I would do. Even when I had my weights period where I was introduced to the weights in the gym, I would still go to the bar to do pull-ups and chin-ups and bar assisted chin-ups and Aussie rows and those types of exercises, because they were really good for developing the upper body strength that helps make me feel strong and functional. So is calisthenics for girls? Yes, it is for girls. And honestly, sometimes weights can help build the muscles that are complementary and the muscles that will help with calisthenics exercises. So using a hybrid gym plus weights approach is really what's worked best for me and what I recommend for a lot of my friends to do. So if you're a lady and you want to try out calisthenics, I got you. I would personally recommend that you do more of the calisthenics-esque exercises for upper and core, and then some for lower, but also I love some weights for lower. They help build. That's my hot take, okay? But if you have more calisthenics specific strength goals, like if you really want to do the front lever or the back lever or the dragon flag or the human flag or any of these that are very strength to weight ratio, it is good to keep in mind the priority of calisthenics skill versus muscular aesthetic, because the more muscle that you do put on, the heavier it makes your body, which means you have to increase your strength to the state proportionally at the same amount, or at least higher, in order to increase your strength to body weight ratio to accomplish these skills. So it's just good things to keep in mind, you know, knowing your goals and your priorities. And my priority is both. So I just, everything, we just do it all. But doing it all also means that you can't progress as fast. So by prioritizing both calisthenic skills plus muscular development, gaining a little bit of bicep.
Gaining that gain.
So guys, gaining a little biceps and, you know, gaining that muscle, I know that I can't progress as fast with both. And that's okay for me right now because I'm chilling. I'm having a good time working on both. That's my choice and that's the way it goes. What are your goals right now, Jensen? Get to Arkansas.
We just drove past a town called Texas, Arkansas. My goals are always and forever to gain some muscle. Never achieve it. Does calisthenics make you bulky?
Does calisthenics make you bulky?
Yeah.
So to everyone out there, I know this question is more popular with the ladies. So to all the girlies out there, calisthenics is not gonna make you bulky. Calisthenics will help you build muscle and strength, and could improve your flexibility and your mobility. But when it builds muscle itself is going to make you look more lean. It's really hard to build muscles. If you've seen videos of my body on this channel, I think I definitely have a more muscular physique because I'm a mesomorph. It's easier for me to build muscle, but I've been working out for my entire life. Like I did martial arts since the age of 7. I did 12 years of martial arts, and then I started weightlifting for another 6 years or so, and then rock climbing, and now I'm doing calisthenics specific exercises. So I've been working out and doing muscle building exercises, both calisthenics and weights, for almost my entire life. A decade plus in the making here. It takes time to build muscle, but specifically it takes a lot of time to build enough muscle that someone is gonna look super bulky. People who start working out and building this muscle, both with calisthenics and weights, what they see is an improvement in lean mass. So If you're using the scale, this can get tricky. Muscle weighs more than fat. So when you start working out, you might build some muscle, which is gonna make your weight look heavier on the scale, but you're gonna look leaner and you're gonna feel stronger and feel better and feel healthier and more energized and all of these good things because you've started working out and building muscle, but the scale might not reflect that in the beginnings or even as time goes on. The more time goes on, the more muscle I build, the heavier I become. Even though my fat mass isn't necessarily changing, I can keep building muscle, which means my weight is gonna keep increasing on the scale. And even though my weight's increasing, I'm getting stronger, I feel healthier, I look leaner because I'm building more muscles. So doing calisthenics isn't gonna make you bulky. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. It's about to get controversial. So let's chat body physique and optimal body physique for calisthenics. I can give my opinion and you can give yours.
So I think the optimal body physique for calisthenics, like just to do the skills, is obviously going to be smaller lower body and then a little bit on the leaner side. Like you don't have to be six-pack abs, but you have to be a little bit leaner. And then obviously the less your legs weigh, the less there is to like lever when you're doing front levers, and like when you're doing pull-ups there's less to pull up. So I believe that that's like the optimal calisthenics physique. But I don't think that's the best because I don't like the look of skinny legs on guys. So it's kind of sad. So I do believe with calisthenics training you have to incorporate some weights for the legs because otherwise it's just too hard to grow the legs on their own.
I feel like you can share kind of the guy's side. I can't share perspective on that because I'm obviously not qualified. But for the ladies on my channel, well, I guess for everyone in general, it's a lot easier to do many calisthenic skills, particularly the upper body focused ones, thinking your human flag and your front lever and your planche. All of these are super intense on the upper body. So naturally, the less that your lower body weighs, the easier it's gonna be because of that strength to body weight ratio. But physique-wise, in a competitive setting, it does make sense to have a high level of strength on your upper body and to decrease the lower body mass. However,
He likes the legs. I like the legs too.
I want to inspire everyone to take a really sustainable approach because I've been in the spot where I've obsessed about sports performance and achieving goals, and it's super exciting and fun to work and challenge myself towards a goal, but I also want to inspire everyone to take a healthy approach because our training should be sustainable, and I think a lot of people don't share the perspective enough of let's make this healthy and sustainable so you can keep doing it and feel amazing throughout the rest of your life. And I don't think that this optimal body physique that's spread on the internet and that we just talked about for these calisthenic skills in a competitive setting is optimal for health and longevity, at least on the girls' side. Females need a higher body fat percentage in order to be healthy, to help hormone production, to, you know, one day if they want to have kids. And also, in general, females tend to gain weight on their lower body. And it's tricky because I know a lot of athletes, especially competitive ones, drop to really low body weights, particularly by dropping fat, so that they can perform on a scale. And I commend all these ladies for their discipline and their dedication to their sport and their skill. I just don't think that that's sustainable and healthy for everyone and a lot of females, because a lot of the people I'm trying to inspire, especially the girlies here, it's not healthy for us to drop our body fat so much, especially when it affects our hormones. Like, I lost my period for a long time because I had too low of a body fat. Not only does that affect your mental health and your physical health, but it also affects your mood and your motivation to keep training. And the whole goal is to keep training so that we can get stronger, feel good, and do cool skills. And how can you progress your skill if you stop training? So I think that this very lean physique with minimal leg training is not healthy necessarily for a lot of girls. The training style that I really enjoy incorporates lower body training and really supports that well-rounded physique. And it's completely possible to keep improving your strength and your skills while maintaining a healthy weight and maintaining your leg strength with weights and stuff. I just want to encourage everyone to take care of their health in a holistic way too, because we're here for the long-term gains, friends. We're here for a while. I kind of went on a little jumbled rant. We finished them off, friends. And since I've finished both beverages, my coffee, I had a little bit of his matcha. To be fair, I did have a little bit, but since I've finished both, I think we should end the Q&A. Thanks for hanging around, guys, for this coffee Q&A chat. If you guys have more calisthenics questions, throw them in the comments section and we will do another of these. I will see you guys later.